Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. A friend of mine sent me some information that I think I should put it up for y'all. It's showing that a Jehovah Witness man felt terrible in his heart that he did not stand up for child molesting that was involved in the Kingdom Halls, or even including his Kingdom Hall. And I'm going to play his own words, and I'm going to share the link so people can read it for themselves and see the proof that Watchtower has people believing anything happened bad in their religion. You cannot reproach bad reference to the world to approach on their God Jehovah. People, it doesn't matter who your God is and what is his name. When you got evil men that's protecting men that molested girls, boys throughout the years, this is not any religion or any righteous church or kingdom hall of God. It is nothing but pure evil. And when there's evil in the congregations or churches, then their father is Satan, not God, and they do not honor Christ. So I'm going to play his own words, and we'll take it from there.
A former Jehovah's Witness from Harvard has said he feels guilty for not breaking with the church and reporting claims of child abuse. Several elders and senior figures represented the Jehovah's Witness Church to answer questions before the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sex Abuse. Gavin, not his real name, said during his 40 years as a Jehovah's Witness, he heard stories and allegations of abuse relating to children which went unreported. It could be shame within myself that I never did anything when I heard about things, Gavin said. It goes through my mind constantly, but we soldier on because there are greater things ahead to be able to bring about on this earth. Church offered comfort in desperate times. Gavin joined the Jehovah's Witnesses in his late teens after a few rocky years but does not believe the church approached him because he was vulnerable. He said he was in a state of desperation for something better when he met a man at his workplace who was a Jehovah's Witness. I've been through a lot in life, drugs and the whole scene, Gavin said. He mentioned something about a better life coming. Well, obviously, being down in the depths of despair, it was certainly something that I could look forward to. The friend who actually talked to me, he did it with a genuine concern. There was no doubt about that. He was convinced he was doing a good thing in talking to me. Thinking back to his time spent with the church, Gavin described his commitment to religion as dedicated and zealous and said, "If you ask my children, they would say I was very fanatical." Gavin described life within the church as very formulated and uniform, from clothing to the decisions on his children's higher education. As the years went on, Gavin began to question his belief in the religion, where previously he would have shrugged off any criticism suggested by others. If I'd ever spoken to somebody who was criticizing the organization, I would have parted from them, Gavin said. I started talking to some within the organization and they were very critical of the organization. They were critical of some of the scriptural viewpoints and so forth. Doubts began to creep in. Gavin has not been a part of the church for the last 2 years, and although he has no regrets, he does not want to be seen as siding with Jehovah's Witnesses. Photo. Gavin said the church controlled decisions on his children's education. ABC News. Looking back, there were certainly some good times, he said. In later years, we started to develop an insight into things that weren't quite right, particularly with the Royal Commission that's coming on at the moment in relation to child abuse. But there are other facets in there. The entire time Gavin was with the church, he was completely devoted and committed. So when the doubts began to creep in, it changed his world. If your whole life has been a certain thing and then all of a sudden it comes to light that it's not so good, you put your head in the sand or you get out of it, Gavin said. Unfortunately, most of them put their heads in the sand. They would be, at this moment, saying that it's an attack from Satan, that the world is attacking the Jehovah's organization. Gavin said his family had also suffered from his devoted following of the church as Jehovah's Witnesses did not promote higher education or the celebration of Christmas or birthdays. With the benefit of hindsight, Gavin said there were people within the organization who would have wanted to report certain activities to authorities. Knowing what they know now with the inquest, I suppose there would some, wishing they had reported it, but they would be faithful to the organization. Gavin said, "We haven't regretted leaving the church, because now we can see a clear identification of what's right and what's wrong."
He admitted that now, since he's out of this false religion, they know what is right and what is wrong. They're not being brainwashed, just like Jehovah's Witnesses are, thinking this is God's organization. There's way too much proof out there to prove God did not have his blessing, or Christ has his blessing on this organization. They're claiming to be God's chosen people. People, that's the reason why we left this organization. That's the reason why we do research. Not just for us. It's for you. We are out. Everything we put up is to help you. For one thing, to understand the truth about the Watchtower's teaching, the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses, all the cover-ups, all the lies over the years. People, please, do not get involved with this cult. Do not join this religion. If you are a member of this religion, you need to get out before you lose your life because of those 7 men claiming to be our salvation, when the Bible says we only have one mediator, that is Christ. The governing body are not and will not ever be a mediator between man or Christ. Please do your research. Thank you.